It's a beautiful bacon day, Cookie Crusaders. Today we're going to be covering the 5 mistakes that you are potentially still making in Cookie Run Kingdom. The first is lab upgrades. A lot of the times I'll get people that will comment on videos asking for how they can improve, how they can match the same stats that I'm doing. And a lot of the times I'll just ask what their lab levels are at. And in most cases I'll get, oh yeah, I have lagged on those a little bit. These are something you should be doing every day. Even though they are resource draining, they do tend to make a difference. Now, as you can see, I have still not maxed all these labs out because even though I have put in money to summon cookies in the game and get them to high level quickly to test them out, I have not necessarily been able to sink money in to get these all maxed out. So you can see, even though I put money in, I'm still chipping away at these over time. The only thing that would make them go faster is if I had research efficiency and if I also had the trains moving at a more smooth pace. So because I don't, that's one reason I can't upgrade them nearly as quick as possible. But it is important, both the kingdom and the cookie side. At the very least, very, very least, you should be getting everything to level 5. Everything to level 5 is pretty achievable. As you can see, even I don't have some of them at level 5, but you should try to get them there. If you can do level 5 for everything, you're at least in a point where you're going to be more smoothly operating the game. Some of them, like this one, level 2 is going to be an expensive resource haul. So there are some that's going to be tough, of course. But it's really worth your investment the entire way to get all these labs done because you get achievements, you ease your gameplay. It's going to be very helpful. So this is mistake number 1 that I see a lot of people still doing. Mistake number 2, not doing the Tree of Wishes. Now that they have added Radiant Shards to get the statue leveled up, you can get not only the Aurora items that you can't get if you don't have your trains moving, but you can in addition get free gems and also Radiant Shards. It may not seem like much right now, but if you do this every day, this is times 3, so 40 gems on a regular day and 30 Radiant Shards on a regular day. In a month's time, you'll have roughly accumulated almost 1,000 gems, if not more. Actually, it would be more. You would have accumulated about 3,000 gems in a month, and you would have accumulated at least probably 2,400 Radiant Shards in a month. And yes, that is over a month. That's not instant gratification, sure. But nonetheless, it's stuff that you're missing out on. And you're going to be struggling in the long late game because of missing these resources. The later you get in the game, the more every resource truly, truly matters. So I highly recommend doing the wishes, even if you just have to knock them out and use your speed ups just once a day, just to get all 3 chests done. That's all I ask. I know it might be taxing, but honestly, it's a very achievable thing. You can refresh, wait 10 minutes, and come back. It's totally doable. It's something I highly, highly recommend for all players to do. Mistake number 3, hoarding stamina jellies. These refresh. I mean, they build up. Like, you can see mine. Every 5 minutes, I get a new stamina jelly. That means in, 190 times 5, that's about 11 hours it'll take to fill my stamina completely. So that means 2 times a day I can completely use my stamina jellies on all these resources, on all these items, on all these rewards, getting things progress further. If you aren't doing these things and you aren't using your stamina jellies, you're not going to level your cookies. You're not going to get the rewards. You're not going to get toppings. You're not going to get the shards. You're not going to get all those things that you can use to progress your game. If you're sitting on stamina waiting, you're going to just let it build, and you're only going to build off the free resources that they give once you go past the cap, which I can promise, I've done the math, you will lose out on a very high amount of stamina the longer you go. Granted, if it's like 1 or 2 days, fine, whatever, you were busy. But if it's like a week or 2, you've already lost at least like 10 full days worth of stamina just from those amount of time that you just haven't gone. It quickly adds up. So saving stamina jellies, another mistake I just really don't recommend. Mistake number 4. This one, still pretty big one. Not doing the tropical soda islands. Whether it's hard, or it takes time, or you just don't have the resources, you should still be doing this. I really hope everyone is. It takes time, yes. I've been doing this since it launched, so haven't skipped a beat on these once. And I only have 82 out of 100 unlocked. But look at these residuals. Get 8 crystals every 2 hours. So that means it's going to be 48 crystals by the time of collection, since it's 8 hours. I get a free 34 stamina every 8 hours. I get a free 1700 EXP jellies every 8 hours. Like, that's just really impactful. And to get that twice, 3 times a day, it builds up quickly. Like, you look at this number here, these gems, that's not me putting money to get those gem amounts. That's residuals from the islands, residuals from grinding out modes, residuals from the arena, from the guild boss battles. I was almost at 0 gems in the earlier part of this month when Cream Unicorn launched, and now I'm almost back up to 100,000. That is not through money. That is just through grinding out the game. So if you're not doing that, you're missing out on free resources that is going to be helpful for you in the long run. And then, of course, the final mistake that I see a lot of people doing, and I just really recommend not doing it, is breaking down every single medium topping. Now, if you have a topping that you're not using a lot of, break down all but like 15. So like when I say that, like I'm personally still not using kiwi toppings, and I've accumulated a few of them, but not a lot. Not a lot, just a few. But at least say 15, because think of this. Let's say that you have only a 30% chance of getting a decent topping when you upgrade it. Well, if a new cookie comes out or a meta comes out that makes you need this topping, getting those specific toppings grinded out immediately is going to be more work than if you have them already and you can grind for the topping pieces. I mean, like, right now, the last week, I haven't broken down any topping pieces. And if I just go to all the non-epic types, I have 256 pieces I can break down after just 1 week. Yes, it doesn't build fast, but really, you should focus on getting like 5 good sets of toppings for one team that you can move to other teams, if possible. It's hard to build toppings for each cookie unless you played the game for a long time and have a lot of resources. It takes coins, it takes topping pieces. It's important on many measures. So really, instead of trying to chase the meta and get a topping set built for each cookie, it's better to get like 5 really good topping sets that you can move from team to team with your coins, so that way you can be like, this is my team this week, this is my team the next week. You know, this week I'm going to be using high raspberries, and I'm going to have a full attack team. You know, next week I'm going to do all cooldowns. And so it may take a little bit, and maybe you have to build 10 full topping sets. As much as you can build, but focus more on getting a good, complete build rather than just building a little bit of each cookie. Because if you build a little bit of this cookie, and you build a little bit of that cookie, and you're like, I have 20 cookies that are like kind of built. Like they have decent toppings on all of them. Well, that means you just have 4 to 5 teams that you're just going to struggle with. So instead, it would be better to get 1 team, 2 at the most, just completely set up so that you know 100% you're running with the most optimal setup you can, with the upgrades that you can, and then that's going to be what's going to help carry you through the game. And so hopefully you guys can agree with this list. These are at least the top 5 things I see being the most problematic and the most influential things, at least the things that get brought up in conversation, the things that get talked about the most in the video comments. These are the things that I'm seeing. If you see better things or bigger mistakes that other people are making, please call them out. I'd like to see it. But those are at least my personal experiences. So I hope this video is helpful for you. I hope it's just the fire that I can light under you to help you push further through the game, because all I want to see is you guys have a fun time and not struggle and bang your heads against the wall because something's not working out for you. So I want to try and be that help. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.